Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Farmers League, and we have reached the playoffs. And I believe this is the first game that is being played in the playoffs altogether, and it is between Herr Acker in the blue and Lily Vanilli in the purple. And I know that Lily hasn't played for a very long time, so she might be a little bit rusty, but I think she will do her best to try to challenge Herr Acker, who is really eyeing the finals in this tournament, having a lot of points under his belt, and he wants to have 3 more points from this best of 3 between those two players. Now Herr Acker is playing the Persians, so I think it's no surprise to anyone that he might be going for a douche. Lily Vanilli, on the other hand, is playing the Sicilians. She might be going for some donjons, some sergeants, maybe just scouts due to the reduced bonus damage, but we will just have to wait and see. The map is Arabia, which has been picked automatically by the new and improved Civ Picker tool by Herr Acker, who is now, he just told us, changing jobs and is now full-time on developing Age of Empires 2 tools. At least that's what I got from it. Maybe I didn't listen straight, but basically he improved his Civ Picker tool, and it can now also do best of 3s and other, I think other game modes will come soon. So let's see what those players are doing. Herr Acker already a little bit ahead in terms of villagers, but that's no surprise. Lily Vanilli super rusty, also still under the weather. She had a severe flu, and still has probably a severe flu, so we can't expect too much from her. However, on the other hand, Acker, I think he is ready. He is in his prime. He has never played better than today, and so I am expecting a lot from him, and this is exactly what I expect from him here. This single turkey micro management, trying to wedge the turkey in here in between all those gatherers so that they don't have to walk at all. Now bringing in another boar here, nicely done. The boar does not quite cooperate perfectly, but still it's directly next to the town center, so everything is all well and dandy. On the other side, Lily Vanilli also bringing her in her boars, chopping some wood, getting a lumber camp quite late. So I think she just has forgotten all the build order things. The only thing she needs to do is just constantly produce and go for houses. And look at this Herr Acker. Maybe I hyped him up too much. He is housed at the moment, and if he's going for a douche, that's not great, because he just loses a villager in the time that he's building that house, and with a douche you need a lot of villagers, otherwise you're not gonna make it. Now Herr Acker bringing in his second boar. Lily Vanilli attacking here downhill, nicely done, but I think even in Dark Age still you should not be attacking here. But nice early game aggression here from Lily Vanilli, nicely done. Now the boar is being taken here, and look at this clump of villagers underneath the town center of Herr Acker. I think we all know what is coming here. I think the douche will be coming in, but when is he going forward? I think it's already a little bit late. I mean, he's at 17 pop. Some players might already be up on the way to the next age. I think Acker knows that he's kind of fine. Lily Vanilli is not a big threat in her current state, although Lily Vanilli could really kill the turkeys here easily. And an experienced player would have seen this. No villagers underneath the town center eating the boar, so the douche is coming. And let's see if Lily Vanilli can defend from this. But I don't think she has ever dealt with this situation before, so she will just be, she probably doesn't just know what to do in this circumstance. And here are the villages of Herr Acker. Where will he drop the town center? I think right here. Oh, that's a terrible location for Lily Vanilli. She just needs to abandon this woodline right away and maybe garrison a few villagers to shoot down a villager or two off Herr Acker. But fighting is never the option unless you have perfect micromanagement, and never fight the town center. If you can click one villager onto each opposing villager, you might have a chance, but it's all too late, and Herr Acker has garrisoned, and first villager going down from Lili Vanilli, and second villager will soon follow, and still underneath the town center fire, another villager gets picked off, and this looks terrible, and not enough wood to build another town center, and so I think that looks very, very bad for Lili Vanilli. Also, Acker tracking her with a scout. We'll probably use the scout now. At the same time, Lili Vanilli's scout gets killed here on this side. So both players losing their scout, but Lili Vanilli just resigning. She has not dealt with this before, and so she is just tapping out. And I think they will right away go for the next game, so we can just stay in this cast and let's see if we can find the next game. Let's see, let's go to the main menu. I mean, we can look at the timeline. I mean, nothing really happening here. Herr Acker executing a douche, but to be honest, pretty bad douche. He got housed, and he was really, really late on sending the villagers forward. But against Lili Vanilli, this was clearly enough, and so he takes the win. And so he just needs one more win for the juicy 3 points from the first round of the playoffs. So let's see. Let's quickly go to multiplayer. Let's find a custom game. And now let's look for our players here. Let's... Typing Lily is enough because there is no women in this game. So there's a very clear sign. Very clear way to find her. And here we are, second game. And I hope they didn't put a atrocious 3-minute spec delay again. But luckily it's already 2 minutes are already gone. We can talk a little bit about the map. It's going to be Land Nomad. And Acker is the Spanish. And I hope he doesn't wait for Castle Age Conquistadors, but rather shows him something more interesting in the early game. Lili Vanilli, on the other hand, is playing Franks. I think she did not pick the Franks in the Civ Picker, but I think I don't know, maybe she did. That's fair enough. I didn't really pay too much attention there. And otherwise, there's not too much to say. So Land Nomad, you also start without a town center, just like Nomad, but there's no water, so you cannot go for fishing ships. And typically, it's very important to find a lot of food. And there's a lot of cow or sheep scattered all around, especially on the outside of the map. One very strong civilization on this map is the Huns, because they have the horse that can explore. And we're already in the game. Herr Acker in the blue, finding some sheep right away. Lili Vanilli right here wedged in this corner. She hasn't found any resources yet. Still, you want to drop your town center next to a wood line because you don't want to build a lumber camp. So this position of Lili Vanilli, I don't really like it. It's next to a gold, yes, but the wood line is a little bit far away, so she will need to spend some extra wood in the early game. And otherwise, the players need to find some resources, needs to find some food. And I wonder where the third villager of Lili Vanilli is. There she is, and she's already getting in those herdables. Herr Acker, on the other hand, finding so many herdables, just being very lucky in terms of the spawn position. And he can now explore with all the sheep that he found. His town center wedged nicely into this wood line. He's also getting the house, which you should never forget on nomad style maps, because otherwise you're getting housed really, really quickly. Also, you have, in contrast to normal nomad, you have a lot more wood to work with. So in the beginning, you don't need to go on wood at all. You just need to go on food. And then later on, you transition onto wood. The players are nicely spaced apart. Herr Acker having access to gold and stone right over here. And Lili Vanilli, as I said, she has a very nice gold here right underneath the town center and some stone here as well. And now she realizes she needs to go on food, but also she needs to build a house, which is very important to not get housed. I think she will only realize once you hear that dreaded sound. when you're getting housed. But what she's doing, which I like very much, is collecting all the resources on the edges of the map. She will probably also get the sheep from Herr Acker, steal this sheep, very nice, getting the sheep from Herr Acker, take it away from him, take all the resources away from him. He has some nice scouting, he's trying to find Lily Vanilli. Lily Vanilli still very nice information about the edge of the map, but not much else. But I think she will get there. Also, she has now built a house, now even getting a second house, which is wise. She's already at 6 population, so that's definitely what you should do. Acker, on the other hand, now mainly going for hunt, which is nice, but you also have to think about dropping off your resources to continuously queue villages. And you see Herr Acker had to go for loom because he did not have enough food, because he was going for hunt here instead of the way more reliable and constant herdables, which you can really use on this map, especially on lower ranks. I know the pros, they will always go for hunt because it's faster, but on our level I think it's better to just go for the herdables if you have enough of them. Now Lily Vanilli going for a nice lumber camp wedged in here, nicely done, but she also needs to make sure that she can constantly produce villages, which she is, very nicely done. So she's almost even in terms of villagers with Herr Acker, who is scouting and scouting and scouting. Maybe he's going for a second douche here with the Spanish or something crazy. Because douching with the Persians, that's expected, but douching with the Spanish, that would be an interesting move. And that way, Herr Acker could also refine his douching strategy a little bit. Now Lily Vanilli needs a little bit more on food. She only has 5 on sheep, and we all know it should be 6 on sheep. And, well, not 0, of course, it should be 6. Okay, so not much happening so far in this game, as expected. I'm wondering what the game speed is. This almost looks like casual, but I'm probably wrong. I'm super rusty. I haven't been in this game for a very long time. But, yeah, Herr Acker bringing in another boar, very nicely done here. Boar is just bringing in as many boars as possible is just the way to go on these kind of maps. And you can see Herr Acker found another boar. He's bringing that one in. Lily Vanilli so far has not gone for a boar, but I think she knows the position of at least 2 of them exactly. And there's always more around. Now Herr Acker scouting with all his sheep, but I don't think he has found Lily Vanilli yet. No. He has lost a sheep up here to Lily Vanilli, so maybe he's suspecting something. But so far he has not found Lily Vanilli, so he's still in the dark. However, this sheep might run into her, but so far nothing. The scouts return home without knowledge of the opponent. Lily Vanilli, on the other hand, she must have spotted Herr Acker exactly. The houses are here. She knows exactly where her opponent is. Now this sheep finally will find the enemy. Will find the enemy town center. Will not even get converted. What is happening here? No, finally will get converted here. Nicely done here by Lily Vanilli, who is now going for a mill just to be able to drop farms. This is always a mistake. Just bring in the free food of the boars. But sometimes you don't feel confident enough to just go out there and hunt the boars. You risk losing a villager, and so it might be the safer play to just drop the mill and get some farms. However, you shouldn't get too many farms. I mean, you still have sheep left. You can still take some more food from them. Now, Herr Acker is close to clicking up to the next age. Lily Vanilli, on the other hand, really far off in terms of food, and that's because she's not taking the hunt. I think now she's transitioning more and more to food, which is very good. She also has very high wood income. Could transition some of them over to food, and that's exactly what she's doing right now. Very nicely done by her in this circumstance. Now let's hope this boar isn't acting up. Well, okay, it was acting up a little bit, but that's all right. That is all fair and well. Now Lily Vanilli still circling the map, scouring the map for extra sheep. Very nicely done, getting everything along the edges of the map. Now, you might wonder if the villager walk time is worth it, but I think it is. I mean, you're getting so much food for free, essentially. Now, Herr Acker is coming here with this villager. I think he wants to wall Lily Vanilli in, maybe. Maybe that's something that he wants to try to do. He was promising some cheese strategies before this match. So I want to see some cheese strategies, but I think he reveals his location to the enemy. And Lily Vanilli at least got the sheep back, but I'm not sure if she saw the villager of Herr Acker here. Herr Acker still roaming around with a single villager, no outpost. I mean, usually we just drop a few outposts. Drop an outpost here, drop an outpost here, just see what's going on. I know in the Dark Age the outposts don't give you too much, but as soon as you get up to the next age, you get a lot more vision on the outpost. And now here we finally see, Lily Vanilli just misses the villager. Now going after these sheep, but it seems like sheep are basically the same speed as villagers. What the hell? But Lily Vanilli getting another sheep back, so very nicely done. Now Herr Acker building a house here, not even laming the deer. Meanwhile, he's up to the next age. I wonder, is he just gonna drop a tower or a barracks or anything? What is Herr Acker doing? Is it just gonna be Market Blacksmith, Fast Castle, Conquistadors? Is it really just that? Or is it something more interesting, something more challenging for him? Because of course he can execute this against Lily Vanilli and probably win most of the time, but wouldn't it be more interesting to try something else, try something new? What about a Spanish swordsman rush? Something like that would be interesting, because the Spanish now have a new bonus. I mean, it's not that new anymore, but I'm sure a lot of players, I'm talking to you, Gummy Bear, probably don't know about this bonus. And where is it? Here, received plus 20 gold for each technology researched. So if you research a lot of technologies, you get refunds for gold. And since, for instance, the swordsman line, they require a lot of researches, you get refunded a lot of gold with the Spanish. So that could have been interesting. But it is not to be, and Herr Acker is just going up to Castle Age. He's very late on stone. In fact, he's not on stone at all, because he probably doesn't know where stone is. No, he should know. He should know that this stone exists and this stone exists. But it's just very, very late. Look at this. Look at all the idle time here. And Lily Vanilli now on her way to the feudal age. Now, actually, she is in feudal age. Now going for some walls. They should be a little bit further out, maybe. But if she now maybe goes for scouts, and I mean like 4 or 5 scouts, she might be even able to deny a potential castle drop coming in from Herr Acker, because Herr Acker just taking his sweet time here. However, Lily Vanilli should really, yes, finally find this villager. Nicely done. A lot of damage on that villager. A quick garrison here would do it, but no, it's a raw fisticuffs here from the villagers, killing the villager of Herr Acker. That pesky villager dropping houses in the back of her base, and she's saying, no, not today, Herr Acker. I will not stand for this. And Herr Acker on the way to the Castle Age, now going for stone mining here, just to get a little bit more stone, but he's just so late. Look at the timings here. Castle Age basically reached, and we're at like 480 stone, 490 stone, so he needs to buy. I think he just bought some stone there as well. Also no villages forward, so no castle drop coming Lily Vanilli's way just yet. I think Lily Vanilli just needs to make sure that she's not super surprised. I think a few outposts here or there, and Town Watch would be a good investment, but I think just constantly making villagers I think would be good as well. Lily Vanilli unfortunately very much housed, super housed to be honest, building with a single villager here, which is fine. Also going for the armor upgrade. Okay, she cannot produce any villagers or any units at the moment, so that is absolutely fine. But if you go for the armor upgrade for the cavalry, you should also go for some cavalry, so you can make it to the next age, because I think Herr Acker is coming Also now going for monastery, so maybe he's going for what's it called? What is this castle? The chicken castle at home. Oh, he's going for I forget the name. The old man on donkeys. The missionaries. That is which is probably Lily Vanilli has never seen this unit. It's a mounted monk on a donkey, and they're of questionable use, but I think in this case they might actually be good, unless Lily Vanilli actually goes for scouts and then light cavalry, which have a bonus damage and conversion resistance against monks. I'm not sure if the recent update is already in play, where a lot of units got some extra conversion resistance against monks. And so if that is in play, then actually missionaries are not that great anymore. Also, Herr Acker not producing anything. His complete economy is struggling. That was because he didn't have the stone. He had to walk a long time over here and then walk back. If you're dropping a defensive castle, just drop it right here and then take some gold or something. But I have to give him credit. He is showing us at least a unique strategy. Also now going for the Spanish Inquisition, which improves the conversion time, or the time it takes to convert units. And the first two missionaries are coming forward, but Lily Vanilli actually building some defensive towers. However, I think it's a little bit too late here. Just a single villager building towers. I think they could actually be very good against the donkeys here, because the missionaries have very low hit points and no armor whatsoever. But I think at some point you will need to have fletching, bodkin arrow, and ballistics to make it even better here. And we have the first scout, and the scout could, in theory, snipe a missionary, but Lily Vanilli does not realize it. I think that the missionaries are here. In fact, she does not see them. Ah, the scouts. Okay. But now Lily Vanilli has seen them. She now has two scouts, and she could just come in. Oh no, the watchtower is not being finished. Oh no, finish the watchtower. It's at 97%. Come on, Lily Vanilli. 97%. And come in with your scouts. Oh my god, this could have been a win for Lily Vanilli. I mean, just take the scouts. Oh my god. Not even killing the donkey here. Oh god, this is so terrible. But I'm sure she's super flustered. And now she needs to finish that tower. It's at 97%. Just finish it. Just tap it once. And it's up. And it protects you against those pesky donkey lovers that are over here. Now finally the tower is completed, but there's still an avenue here into the base of Lily Vanilli. And fighting villagers with, like, converted villagers with your own villagers is always a terrible, terrible feeling. What Lily Vanilli needs is a lot of scouts, and then she needs to attack the donkeys head on. Meanwhile, Herr Acker probably waiting for Faith to come back in. Also, we have some very nice aggression here with the forward towers, but they're still very far away from the economy of Herr Acker. Ah, the spearmen have bonus damage, right? The spearmen do have bonus damage against the donkeys. And so Herr Acker needs to be very, very careful. Between the towers and the spearmen, he cannot just run in, but Lily Vanilli needs to move those villages. Otherwise, they will just get converted repeatedly. Also, she's always bringing in the units close to the donkeys so they can convert easily without any problem whatsoever. So a little bit better unit control, and Lily Vanilli would have this game because the missionaries are not doing anything. They're just waiting for their faith to return, and Lily's just trickling in units one by one, and that's always bad because you could just easily get converted. And also no unit control here. I think the spearmen will just get converted at some point. But now some shots fired on the conquist, on the missionaries here. I think a tower here would just stop this completely. There would be nothing that Herr Acker could do at this point. But yeah, at the same time, what I like here is that Lily Vanilli is actually doing some aggression in the face of Herr Acker. dropping some towers here, but the missionaries are coming in, and so many villagers converted. Just bring them back. Garrison the town center. That's just terrible. Always fighting your own villagers, basically. Lily Vanilli actually still has more villagers than Herr Acker. This is just crazy, crazy, crazy. Kill the monk, kill the monk, kill the missionary. What the hell? The missionaries don't take bonus damage even though they're mounted? Did I see that correctly? Ah, that's just ridiculous. Ridiculous execution here. I think if Lily Vanilli just relocated those villagers over here, dropped the tower, there's nothing that Herr Acker could have done here. But I think as it stands, he's just converting everything. He did convert the tower. Oh god. The Lily Vanilli probably didn't even know that this is possible. At the same time, nice tower aggression here by Lily Vanilli, creeping in with the towers. Just a little bit inconsequential because the gold over here is what matters, and that is unfortunately not in play. Lily Vanilli on the way to the castle age, but I have a feeling that she might call it at some point because there's really not much she can do. This tower also has been converted. I didn't realize it. Oh my god. That's just terrible. If your towers get converted, that is just bad. Another reason why you should wall in towers, so they don't get converted, because all the monks only have one range. Let's see the bonus damage. Oh, it's actually pretty terrible. I mean, they're mounted units, and those spearmen basically don't do anything against them. So light cav and scouts would have been the play. You see, the damage is almost out-healed by the missionaries. And there's nothing left here. Lily Vanilli now has way less villagers than Herr Acker, even though she had way more villagers at some point, so very nicely done from her. Also the tower, I did like the towers, they were a good defense against the missionaries, but just the unit control just wasn't quite there. And now this next tower here, nice, but it's just a single villager here by Lily Vanilli, and that villager is just pathing all over the place. I don't know where it's going. Lily also in the castle age, so we have to commend her for that. But look at this, a tower takes forever. The tower does not stop the conversion. What? Because it just missed a shot or something? So towers, not a very good defense against monks, it seems. And so the game is over. Herr Acker wins, but not that convincingly, I have to say. I mean, if we look at the timeline at some point, look at this. Right over here, Lily Vanilli way in the lead. But of course, she has never faced such a meme strategy. I think if she had seen this 2 or 3 times before, then she might have been able to come back and win, because she had more villagers, she had more resources, more everything basically. Still has more food collected, more stone collected. Nicely done. Of course, Herr Acker only focusing on gold and getting the missionaries out. So well played by Herr Acker. He wins the series, gets 3 more precious points, and I believe he moves into 2nd place. Is that correct? Or 1st place even. No, I think it's 2nd place. Depends on how the other players play, if they play at all. But Herr Acker really making an impact on this tournament. And let's see how far he can go.